Hello everyone. Today I am going to start with the set theory, and this particular series is pretty much for the basic of probability theory. It helps a lot in understanding the probability theory, set theory. There are certain principles in probability theory which comes up. So these lectures of set theory are intended to, kind of provide a platform for probability theory. I might not go much deeper into this particular lecture series of set theory. So this will be divided into three to four parts. The entire understanding of set theory. I'll try to keep the video short and crisp. At the end of each video, I'll try to incorporate a quiz where you can work with me and understand what the things are. Let's understand what you're going to learn after taking this first lecture on set theory. So you'll be able to understand the concepts. So it will let you understand that what set theory is about, and probably not I'll not might not be able to discuss the utility in detail, but it'll definitely provide you some conceptual knowledge about set theory. And you're going to pick up some real life problems at the end of all the lectures. You're going to develop the foundation for probability theory where you'll be able to understand certain things. And of course, your logical reasoning ability, you will be able to understand how to put logics into certain questions. This is lecture one that will be covering the definition, representation, Venn diagrams, types of set, and first quiz, of course. So let's talk about it. What is the definition of a set theory? So the definition goes something like this: a well-defined. So I'm highlighting the words which you need to focus upon. A well-defined collection of distinct objects is known as a set. If you drop these two words, then the definition remains well-defined. A collection of objects is known as a set. But these two words are very important. Well-defined simply means the word is supposed to be very well defined. That the members of the particular group collection are supposed to be very well defined. And every particular member has to be distinct, unique in nature. For example, if I put up this thing, this is what? This collection is a collection of chairs, right? So there are four chairs in the room. Means if I ask this question, how many chairs are in the room? There are four chairs in the room. When I say how many chairs in the room, then you are actually able to spot easily in this entire picture which is a chair, which is not a chair. This is a chair. This is not a chair. This is not a chair. This is a chair. This is a chair. This is a chair. This is not a chair. So you are able to pick up these objects because these are well defined. And means chair is a well defined word. So this is the first requirement, and distinct because each chair is different from each other. So I can easily since they are distinct, so I can count them as four, and I can easily make that particular collection that there are four chairs in the room. So this collection of chairs makes a set. So there are two important things. One is a well defined collection. So there is a well defined word in it. Chairs is a well defined word, and there is a distinct object. That means two chairs are different from each other. Different from each other in terms of they can be similar, but what do I mean by different from each other? That means there's one chair and then second chair, third chair, fourth chair. They have their unique identity. So that is what we call a set. Now, if I look into another example here, and if I ask you a question, how many people are with fair complexion? The answer is very dicey. Some people say, okay, if I say, I would say, okay, there are three fair people in the entire picture. So I'll say three fair, and rest of them, let's say three, three, six, and three, nine are with dark complex. And somebody may differ from the opinion. He'll say four fair, somebody will say only one fair person in the picture. So fundamentally, fairness is not well defined. So it is subjective, it varies from person to person. So this collection cannot be a set because there is no well defined definition for fairness. So it is not a well defined word. So it cannot be a set. So collection of people with fair complexion cannot be a set. So what is the learning? There is supposed to be well defined words. The collection is supposed to be well defined and the objects are supposed to be distinct. So perhaps in this case the distinctness is maintained, but not the well definedness is maintained here. So it cannot form a set. Well, this is the definition of a set. We are going to get to the representation of a set. and we're going to talk about Venn diagram. This is a pictorial representation of sets. Then we are going to talk about tabular or roster method, and then we are going to talk about the set builder method. Let's go to the Venn diagram given by English mathematician John Venn. And what he did is he presented the sets through diagrams. These diagrams necessarily was containing squares, ellipses, and circles. So he defined, this particular square as a universe. That means every particular uh, probably set, every possible collection exists within it. This is also called as a universal set. That means all the sets are within this particular set. So you can imagine it as a universe in which everything lies. And he represented the collections with the circles within it. So it could be A could be a collection. So like chairs, chairs is a collection in the universe. B could be another collection. So he defined it this way. These are called Venn diagrams. And what Venn diagrams do is they make you, they make you understand the set theory a little better. And we are going to discuss in examples to come. So let's see how the set can be represented. The first is called as a tabular or roster method. In this method, we list all the members or elements. We list all the members or elements with a separate separation used by comma. So, for example, if I want to represent the collection of vowels as a set using tabular method, so look at this. I'm going to use it V. This collection is represented by B. And if you see how many vowels are there in English alphabet, so it is A, E, I, O, U. Well, these are called as members, or you can also call them of elements of set V. And that's a tabular method. You list them separated by a comma. Perhaps there is a collection of players of Indian cricket team. So perhaps I will write Virat Kohli. Then perhaps I would like Rohit Sharma, and so on. I list all the members. So there are 11 players in the team, probably, and but there is a probably with extras and everything. There is a selection of 15 members. So A is a set which is representing players of Indian cricket team. All the members are separated by named and separated by a comma. Well, you want to represent it through Venn diagram. It is pretty simple. You prepare a universal set here, and then you put a set V here, which is A, E, I, O, U. All are in it. So this can be represented by V. We were representing it by V. Or probably this set A right here can be represented this way. This is a universal set, and that's a set A, and where Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and probably other players, whatever Ravindra Jadeja or probably other players are coming in this circle, and that's the Venn diagram representation of these sets. So this set right here is represented like this, and this set is represented like this. Now there is a limitation to tabular or roster method. When this number members are very large, so probably you want to make a set of, let's say, all army personnels of India. So how would you do that? You probably will list down all the names, name one, name two, of all the people, and separate it by comma, and you keep on doing it. So there are millions of people who are going to come in. So how you will represent this set? Second limitation. So when there are a very large number of members in a set, it becomes very difficult to represent it by a tabular method. And the second is, like talked about the set of chairs. So chairs do not have names. So how would you put it in here? Probably you put the list on the chairs, give them a name, chair one, chair two. Doesn't make much sense. That means when the objects are not defined with separate names, then it becomes very difficult. So there are two challenges in roster method when the representation becomes actually challenging. The first challenge is when large number of members, large number of members in a collection. That is one challenge. And the second challenge is when the members or elements of collection, when the members of collection are not nominated well, are not nominated well. So these are the two challenges. So what we do is to overcome these two challenges, we develop new method of representation, which is called as a set builder method. What we do is in this we represent the entire set by a single variable, and that variable is actually given the common property which all the elements possess. For example, the set of vowels, initially you were representing it like A, E, I, O, U. There are five members in it. By the way, the number of members in a set is also known as a cardinal number, which I'll be explaining in later slides. A, E, I, O, U. Now, if I want to represent this set, this is a tabular method, tabular form or roster method, tabular or roster. But if I want to put it through, I would say a set builder method, how would you do that? So, what is the common property all of them have? All of them have common property that all of them are vowels. So, I'll represent them with a variable called x, and I'll write such that these two dots are saying such that x is a vowel of English alphabet, right? Same way, when I was putting up a set where entire cricket team names were there, Virat Kohli or probably Rohit Sharma, and so on, all the players. Look how smartly this set can be represented. X such that X is a player of X is a player of current Indian cricket team. Now look at those two limitations. The first set which I talked about, like A is a set of all our Indian soldiers means a set of all soldiers in Indian Army. So X says that X is a soldier in Indian Army, right? Same way, if there is a set of chairs, so I can simply write X such that X is a chair. Anything I can represent by this smart form. Stars, let's say. So S could be a set collection X such that X is a star, where it is very difficult to represent it by tabular format. Any set. So fundamentally, it is very important to understand that set builder method is the smartest way to represent a set, and it is quick, it is convenient. So one more thing you need to understand that whenever you're going to write a particular set, so you need to be pretty sure that whether it can be represented in tabular method or not. If not, always go for a set builder method. Now the other important part here is when I define the set. So you can go with one abrupt definition of set when I say that what is a set. Then doesn't matter if who collects the members of a particular set. If they are same, then it becomes a set, otherwise not. For example, the fair complexion example there, if I collect, there could be another members of the set, and if someone else collects, there could be another members of the set. So it's subjectively it is going to vary, so that cannot be a set. So that is for today for this short lecture, and I'm going to put up you through a quiz, and you just see how much you score. You can score yourself 1 for each correct answer and 0 for every wrong answer. So let us suppose collection of ceiling fans. What do you call? Is it a set or not? Yes, ceiling fan is a well-defined word, so it's a set. Collection of intelligent people. Set or not a set? Not a well-defined word. I might think somebody is a part of the collection. Someone else might think it's not a part of the collection. Not a set. Collection of football players. Yes or no, not a set. Because how do you define football player? Anybody who knows football can be a football player. Is it a well-defined word? Or somebody played at national level, somebody played a state level. So how do you define whether the football player is a very defined term or not? On the contrary, if you put it collection of football players of Indian football team, then it is well defined and it becomes a set. Collection of international football players. Yes, because anybody who played international football becomes an international football player. Collection of all management graduates. You see how long the list is going to be. If you start representing through tabular format, then collection of all graduates is going to be how long? This might have millions and billions of people. So it can better be represented by a set builder method. Very simply, X such that X is a graduate. How convenient. Collection of students of a university. You know the answer? Yes, it's supposed to be better represented by a set builder form. Collection of Indian cricketers. Again, better represented by a tabular form. Why? Because it is just have 11 members. So probably will take this much space. Easy to read. So that is it for today. And in next particular lecture, I'll be talking more about different definitions associated with test sets, type of sets, union of sets, and probably intersection of sets. Thank you very much.